love story, Two Hearts in the Rain of DAR. There was a city filled with endless noise, cars moving like ocean waves, and people chasing life as if every second was a debt. That city was Dar-e-Salaam. Within it lived many who had lost hope, but also a few who still believed that true love had not disappeared. Among them was a young man named Juma, moderately tall, with eyes that carried a quiet sadness, as if they had seen more than his age allowed. Juma worked as a phone repair technician in Karyaku, but deep in his heart, he carried dreams far bigger than his current life. He believed that one day things would change, though he didn't know when. On the other side was a young woman named Asha, beautiful, with a shy but captivating smile. Asha was a university student studying journalism. She loved writing stories about people's lives, never imagining that one day she herself would become part of a story greater than any she had ever written. One day, heavy rain poured over Dar-e-Salaam, as if the sky itself was crying. People ran in all directions, searching for shelter. Juma had been fixing a customer's phone when he realized the rain was too heavy to walk home. He stood under a small roadside shelter. Moments later, a young woman ran toward the same shelter, holding her bag over her head. She slipped slightly on the wet ground and almost fell, but Juma quickly reached out and caught her. "I'm sorry," Juma said gently. Asha looked into his eyes for a few seconds. Something unusual passed between them, something that needed no words. "Thank you. I would have been hurt," she said, smiling shyly. The rain continued, and neither of them had any reason to leave quickly. They stayed under the shelter, talking. "Do you study or work?" Juma asked. "I study journalism," Asha replied. "I love writing about people's lives. Everyone has a story." Juma smiled faintly. "I don't think mine is interesting." Asha shook her head. "That's not true. Everyone has a story. Some just haven't found someone willing to listen." Her words touched Juma more deeply than he expected. The rain slowly eased, but they still didn't feel like leaving. They exchanged phone numbers, both knowing that many chance connections fade before they bloom. But theirs did not. Days passed, and Juma and Asha began talking every day. Sometimes through texts, sometimes long phone calls that lasted until midnight. They found themselves laughing together, sharing dreams, and slowly their hearts began to draw closer in a way neither could explain. Juma started seeing life differently. Every time he repaired a phone, he thought of Asha's voice. Every time he walked through busy Karyaku, he imagined her smile. Asha also began to change. When writing her assignments, she found herself unknowingly pouring Juma's emotions into her words. She began writing with more feeling, as if her heart had awakened from a long sleep. But love, like rain, never comes without challenges. One day, Asha was offered an internship in Nairobi for 6 months. It was her biggest dream, and also her greatest test. That night, she told Juma, "Juma, I got an opportunity to go to Kenya." Silence filled the other end of the phone. "That's a big step," he finally said, his voice calm but heavy. "But I'll be far away," Asha added softly. Juma smiled, though she couldn't see it. Distance doesn't kill feelings, but sometimes it tests the heart. Those words hurt her. "What do you mean?" "I mean, your life is moving forward. Don't stop your dreams because of me." Asha cried that night. She knew he was right, but her heart struggled to accept it. The day of departure came. Juma went to the airport to see her off. When they met, words were few. They hugged longer than usual, as if trying to stop time. "I'll come back," Asha whispered. "And I'll be here," Juma replied. As the plane took off, Juma stood watching the sky for a long time. For the first time, he felt something unfamiliar, fear of losing someone who had become more important than he expected. Months passed. In Nairobi, Asha thrived. She gained experience, met influential people, and even received a job offer at a media station. Yet behind every success, there was a shadow, Juma. They still communicated, but not like before. Sometimes Juma was busy. Sometimes Asha was occupied. Slowly, small gaps began to form. One day, Asha met another young man named Daniel. He was charming, financially stable, and supportive of her career. At first, it was just friendship, but gradually, emotions became complicated. Asha found herself confused. She thought of Juma constantly, yet Daniel was physically present, helping her every day. Back in Salaam, Juma sensed the change. Replies became delayed, calls became fewer. He didn't know if it was distance or something else. One night, he asked her directly, "Asha, am I still in your heart?" The silence that followed was heavy. "Juma, I know this is hard. I'm grateful for you. But my life has changed."